With the optimism of the Chicago Bears and its offense due to the hiring of Ben Johnson, let's take a quick peek on how the impact of Eric Bieniemy fits this football team. Bishop and I are going to share our thoughts on this on the Chicago Sports Podcast coming up right after this.
Let's go. Yo. Get up, nah, I ain't a quitter. Toss me the ball, I'm a really big hitter. Big picture, I'm a straight killer. Rising the song to the highest bidder. Got juice, got gas, I'ma move fast. New shoes, new tracks, like who's that? I'm new, come back, better than last. Yeah, it's a new me, never gonna look back. Never gonna look back. Cause damn, I was built to last. You move slow and I move fast. And that's facts.
Impact that Eric Bieniemy is going to have on this offense. It's your man, the Bishop, along with my co-host and my partner, D Nice. We're going to dive into this right away. We're not going to waste no time. We want to really touch on this subject. And I'm going to pass it to D Nice first and let him give his 3 cents on it. And then I'm going to give you my 2 cents. So, D Nice, with this hire, Eric Bieniemy, what impact do
Mm-hmm.
you think he's going to have on this offense?
He's gonna bring tough love. He's gonna coach hard, but he's gonna coach with intent. You know, he's gonna try to get the best out of every guy on the offensive side of the ball, especially the guys that's gonna be running the rock for the Bears this season. I think with his intensity is much needed on this football team for this franchise because we haven't had someone with this level of intensity in quite a while, and I think it's going to translate throughout.
I'm with you on that. I'm glad you said that because that tough love is something that I think is really needed. I know one thing for sure. Uh, During the off season, right after the season, actually, a lot of the players in that locker room that are still here um, said that they want to be coached hard. So, with that being said, I mean, I can take it from the interviews I've been seeing with Coach Ben Johnson um, that the accountability is definitely going to be there. The
Hmm.
the hard coaching is going to be there from him. But again, this is not as much about Ben Johnson. It is about Eric Bieniemy, and I have to agree with you with regards to the guys that's running the rock. But I'm gonna even touch on something a little more. I think the hiring of Eric Bieniemy extends farther than the running back room. I believe he's going to have a key impact on some of the blocking schemes, both for running the football, but more importantly, pass protections and everything with regard to our passing game. I also believe that he's going to have a lot to do with the development of Caleb Williams. But there's one player that a lot of people want out of the building, but I think his career may be resurrected now that we have Eric Bieniemy in the building, and that's going to be DeAndre Swift. I think right now that's the perfect guy to help kind of adjust and unlock Swift, if I may say. And that's why I think his impact on the offensive line and the blocking schemes is going to be very important for unlocking Swift, along with any additional running backs that they add to the running back room, along with Roshan Johnson. So, and again, like I said, we're going to see what we get out of Ian Wheeler. Also, what we got in him. Hopefully, he comes back, healthy from his injury. But I just think the hire of Eric Bieniemy was a very sneaky one, but I think it's going to pay great dividends as the season progresses.
I hope these guys have thick skin, man,
They better
because
have it.
it's going down, baby. It's going down. It's going
It
down.
is.
I
Yeah.
think and as it should, as it should. DeAndre Swift is a very good back in my eyes. He runs the ball well. He can catch the ball out the backfield. He's okay in pass protection. Could be better, but I think what we get from Swift is all that we can get from him. I do think Bieniemy will give him more savvy though. He's because he's already a veteran, but he's going to give him more pointers on how to attack certain situations when he's running the football. So in that regard, I do agree with you 100%. But it's certain things that DeAndre doesn't have that even Eric Bieniemy won't be able to give him. You know, that's a certain level of explosiveness and that's a certain level of vision. That you know it's just certain things that's just kind of innate in certain guys, and I just don't
Hmm.
think Swift has that quality. Now he can be taught certain things, but when you playing football, certain things got to come naturally.
Got to be
And
instinctive. Absolutely.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. The instinctive thing has to be there, and it's just certain things that DeAndre have. Though he is a very good back in my eyes, I don't understand why people would want to see him out. I just want to see someone else come in and give him some help because in
You want to know
today's
why they want to
NFL,
see him out?
why is
I
that?
can tell you why they want to see him out because
Explain.
everybody. I mean, come on, man. I mean, everybody. The league is a copycat league, and unfortunately, so are the fans. So
Yeah.
they want to see. They want us to have in our backfield what Detroit has in their backfield.
Uh,
Can't have what um they have in Baltimore because we don't have a Mr. Henry. We don't
right.
have King Henry. But I think, man, that what we have in DeAndre Swift at this time, one, we got he's a veteran, you know. So and I think we can get him to run the rock within the scheme. Again, it's really going to come down to scheme, which is what neither of us know right now. Nobody knows what the scheme is going to look like. And I really believe that they're going to have a scheme that's going to be favorable to his running style.
Yeah, and whatever the scheme is, being that we don't know, if nothing else, EB is gonna put a fire under everybody on the offensive side of the ball.
Yes.
Yeah, he's a fiery guy. We've all seen it. And I'm old enough to remember him as a player. He had that same fiery attitude as a running back, and he was damn good too.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, I think, man, I'm really excited about, and I was excited about that hire the minute it came across my phone. Um, I think we all it was hitting the chat like, man, can you believe what just happened? So
Hmm.
I'm excited about it because I think, and this is just me, the bishop speaking, I think Eric Bieniemy is going to be the barometer
Hmm.
for the offensive side of the football when it comes to coaches as well as players. Um,
Hmm.
because of the level of exposure that he's had when he's with Kansas City. Now, granted, we're not talking about him so much as a coordinator as we're talking about a guy that's into developing players. I think he's going to be very intricate in being able to help Caleb see certain things that he didn't see last season. With that, I think he's going to be I know he's going to be very intricate with regard to that offensive line, And a guy like Eric Bieniemy, you can't go wrong with having a guy like Eric Bieniemy on your coaching staff or in your building for that matter.
I totally agree. I think, and we look at Eric Bieniemy's history with being a coordinator. Look at the coaches that he's had the pleasure of working next to. That
Yes.
means a lot too because he's getting knowledge from those guys without a shadow of a doubt. And he's been an NFL coach, he's been a college coach. And the fact that he was like I cannot reiterate the fact that he was a player. You know, and he's a very good player. And he can bring respectability and will just bring a respectability level, you know what I'm saying, to his coaching, to his teaching, because these players look at him and say, hey, this guy has to know. He's played the
Hmm.
game. He's coached next to Andy Reid. He's coached Adrian Peterson. So with the hard coaching he's delivering, if AP can handle it, why can't I?
Right.
You know what I mean?
Right.
These are the things that this is the level of respectability that he comes in the building with. He's a Super Bowl champion. You know, he's gotten the best out of Kansas City running backs, and shoot, if you ask someone, they probably couldn't name one of them.
It's funny you say that. Let's touch on that for a moment. Has the Kansas City Chiefs have any of their running backs been a first round pick?
Zolaire, Hilaire, what's the name?
I know who
Last
you're
name
talking about.
Hilaire,
Yeah.
number
Well,
25. Yeah, he was
but
he
besides
was a
him,
late first.
okay. But if you
Yeah,
think about it, man, look at the production that they got out of their running backs. You know, but it all started
Kareem
up
Hunt.
front.
Kareem
Yeah.
Hunt was leading the league. Was leading the league in rushing until he got in. I think he was the rushing leader. Then he got in trouble.
Yeah. But it
Yeah.
all starts up front, man. You know, that's why I say he's gonna be intricate with regard to blocking, the quarterback, the running backs, and for that matter, even the skilled players, tight ends, because tight ends are involved in blocking. Our wide receivers are going to be required to block as well. There's going to be so much detail to what he's going to have emphasis on. But I just think just having a guy like him in your building, you know, Ben Johnson and Ryan Post was on to something when they hired him. And I'm so glad that they made that hire, you know. And I believe as the season progresses, there's going to be certain things that's going to take place that we're going to be like, hmm, I bet you Bieniemy had something to do with that. You know, so it's going to be interesting, man. I just think this is something that's not talked about a lot, and I just wanted us to kind of talk about it, just to kind of put it out
Yeah.
there, man. You know, I think
Yeah.
it
I
needs to
mean,
be talked about.
definitely, it's definitely worth a conversation because Eric Bieniemy is an intriguing guy, and it's a lot of people just wonder why he hasn't never been a head coach or why he ended up out of the league after leaving Kansas City this last time. Why he ended up in UCLA. So it was a lot of questions surrounding Airbnb, and shout out to Ryan Poles, for working out that relationship and getting them in the building over in Hallis Hall. It's a great move, man. It's a great
I
move,
think so
and I
too.
think, and there's another thing. I don't think we will have to worry about anybody coming to snatch him off our staff. I think he's going to be a guy that's going to be here to stay for a long time.
Yes, I think he is that piece, man, that's going to be around for some time. So I think again, like I said, he's going to be the barometer, um, and as well as someone, a very trusted advisor that Ben Johnson can lean on when necessary, and that's going to be needed. And I also think he's going to be a big help to our to the new OC as well. Like I said, man,
Oh,
this hire of Eric Bieniemy, man, is going to pay so many dividends. We'll be talking about this again. Trust me, as the season progresses.
yeah, and I hope listen. I hope it's good words we talk. You know what I mean? I hope
I
it's
do
no
too.
bad stuff going on. Because you hear stuff, especially with high intensity, high coaches with high intensity and high energy. You know that thing can go a number of ways, but I hope it goes the right way with us.
I do too, man. I just hope, like you said, I hope these guys in the locker room got alligator skin, man. They're gonna need some real tough skin, brother. But
Yeah, man.
look, they asked for it, so now they got it. So it's either put up or shut up.
Yeah. Hey, listen, look. You want to be coach hard? Here it comes. Here it
Yes, sir.
comes. You
Yes,
know.
sir. But hey, look, with that being said, we jumped in real quick just to have this quick conversation. We want to thank everybody for hanging out with us. And until next time, everybody, bear down.
Bear down, baby.